Hello and good morning, listeners. Welcome back to Almus Market Mornings, your daily dose of global financial updates. I'm your host, Swaraj Rajagopal, and we have got you covered on everything from currency shifts to pivotal central bank decisions and important speeches. Plus, you'll gain expert analysis on macroeconomic data that's shaping the market narrative right now. Join us for this episode and navigate the markets with confidence. During the lack of any major data points, markets often focus on other major themes playing out in the markets. And as all of you are aware, artificial intelligence is one of them, and NVIDIA, one of the chip makers for the AI developers, have become synonymous with artificial intelligence. Now, NVIDIA, which tumbled more than 7% yesterday after an underwhelming forecast, and not even a $50 billion buyback cheering investors, was, of course, the talking point. Good morning, JK. Those stocks may not be our central theme of the podcast. Do you have any thoughts on these moves?
Hey, good morning. No, I think I wouldn't say they are not relevant. They are very relevant because let's look at some of the data points. Uh, NVIDIA as a stock has given 1,200% return in 2 years. Market cap is 3.09 trillion and out of 40 trillion in Nasdaq. And this is the second largest market cap company in the US. Now, why it is important in overall general market is that the recent carry trades, which is now which has become very popular by selling the borrowing yen at zero rate and then selling and buying high yielding assets, US tech stocks and including NVIDIA has been one of the largest holding in the portfolio of the carry trade investors. And any major disappointment from this company, which is the second largest market cap company, would have led to another meltdown in the market. So that is why a lot of importance was given to this stock. And we all know when the carry trade unwind happens, what happens? It also affects all of the market. It's not just the dollar yen, it is also the markets in general overall, and then it could even impact INR yen carry trades, all this. So yes, the waiting game was over for NVIDIA yesterday. Net profits moved down to 55% in Q2 from a record 57%. See, that is the kind of expectation that the market has on this stock, and so much is at stake globally. So that's the importance that we market has attached, and thankfully no major disappointment, but still it was below the Q1, and maybe some correction in the stock. We do not know it. I know we are down to watching other factors. We did not have much important data yesterday. A few numbers we saw were on the mortgage rates in the US actually fell to the lowest in 16 months. This is after we have an indication of a rate cut by Fed in the month of September. The mortgage rates are now at 6.44%, and we had seen a high of 7.92% also. Then we had one of the Fed members, Mr. Bostic, who generally used to be a very cautious dove. He has now said that inflation has come down faster than expected, while unemployment has risen faster than he thought. So this means that we should pull forward rate cuts to third quarter, which means September rate cut is almost given. So that's been fully priced. Only some small percentage of people still expect 50 basis points. But I think going by what the Fed's earlier historical approach, unless there is a crisis type of situation, they always go with the 25 basis points, and I expect only 25 basis points cut in the rates in September. Going forward, of course, Powell has stated that we will be data dependent. So whether we'll have two more rate cuts or one, that in this year will depend on data, and we will have a slew of data on that. We'll have PCE core inflation tomorrow before the GDP today, and all important non-farm payroll also. Let's not forget the jobless claims that will also be in today. A lot of focus on the jobless claims numbers of late. Then that will be followed by jobless data, jobless rate next week. Some theories say that when the slowdown starts, jobless rate, which keeps increasing gradually, suddenly it will have a big jump. So these are the things that the markets are looking at. If the economy is really slowing down, unemployment rate may actually shoot up. and that can lead to the Fed cutting rates but by large measure this year itself. So that's the kind of stake that the markets are having on the US data, and of course the corporate number also, which we mentioned yesterday. Markets were slightly down slightly nervous ahead of the results, but I think today Asian markets have slightly steadied, not really in the positive, but no major sell-off also seen. Now we are down to watching other important events in the from the economy as well. We have for rupee also GDP data tomorrow, expected at 6.9% from 7.8% that was reported earlier for Q1. So we are expecting the Q2 first estimate tomorrow. Rupee, of course, almost traded the all-time low against the US dollar yesterday with the large buying, month-end related buying, because yesterday was the fixing for month-end spot date. But we are also hearing about large inflows for month-end allocation from MSCI, which can keep the rupee steady today, if not get it stronger. Of course, if there is no major demand, we can see again drift back to around 83, 80, but nothing out of the range that we have been used to of late. So that's overall on the currency side. We are seeing some consolidation. Europe, there are more reasons to think that Europe will cut, at least matching that of the Fed, if not more. Hence, the euro is definitely finding it difficult to break the psychological 1.12 mark. We did have a foray near 1.11, but it has held so far because we are having so many data points ahead. Yen also trading in a tight range between 144 and 145. So all are sitting on hands waiting for this PCE number and the unemployment data next week. Till then, I think a market should be in a range. Thank you.
Thank you, JK. And especially what we looked at NVIDIA. There is an investor I follow on Twitter. His name is Bob Elliott, and he put it well. US stocks don't have an earning problem as of now; they have an expectations problem, and I think that's what it reminds me, because NVIDIA results, even though there was slight dip in net profit and everything, is still the numbers are pretty good. But one thing important for us to note is that carry trade is somewhat related to the US tech sector, as the carry trade destination is often US tech sector stocks, and NVIDIA being such a large component of that. So the disappointment by the tech sector, as JK mentioned, may lead to another bout of unwinding in the carry trade. On the rates front, now that the September rate cut is fully discounted, focus will be on the future post-September, whether there will be successive cuts or will Fed take its time focusing on the data. So all of that will be in focus, and rupee continue to trade weaker due to month-end dollar buying, but possible MSCI inflows may lead to some stabilization or even appreciation. That's it from us today. Thanks for listening. Tune in tomorrow for the latest in the financial markets.